Extraordinary stuff. Not just the sentence of an unconditional release, which means he's not going to do any jail time, the fact that he is going to be going into the White House as a convicted felon, but the fact that he appeared virtually in those stunning images we just saw a few moments ago of him appearing in the courtroom on a flat screen in front of the judge with his attorney by his side and the flags behind him.
Yeah, just zoom out here. Big picture. Yeah. 6 months ago, he faced 4 criminal cases. He had been convicted in the New York hush money case, which was considered the least serious of the 4. And now, even though he has been convicted, he has received really no punishment there. The 2 federal cases against him have been dismissed. And the Georgia case, the prosecutor has been disqualified. That case is not completely dead, but it's basically on life support. I mean, if we look at his legal defense team, this is an extraordinary victory. Now, they got a couple big assists from the Supreme Court over the course of the last 2 years. But the fact that they have been able to keep their client from really facing any consequences across 4 criminal cases is truly extraordinary. And today is really the symbol of their successful defense of their client.
All right, I want to go out to Laura Coates, who's been watching this too. Laura, you've been covering this, and if you could put your legal analyst hat on for a moment. I mean, your thoughts on Trump entering the White House as a convicted felon, but with the sentence of an unconditional release. What does it all add up to you?
Well, I'm going to put on my legal analyst beret, if you don't mind, because it already goes with the look today. But let me tell you what this looks like for many people. Many people are looking at whether there are 2 systems of justice in America. Well, I got to tell you, Donald Trump right now is in a league of his own for the reasons that my colleagues have described. But an unconditional release, normally if somebody is convicted of a crime and does not have a jail sentence imposed, a probationary period comes in. They're checking in with a probation officer. They may have to engage in drug testing. They may have to have certain jobs or endeavor to have them. Community service. They have to keep their nose clean. How often you've heard that said? In order to make sure that they don't have the ability to be actually brought into a jail. Donald Trump doesn't have any of those conditions. The condition he now has is to maintain his role as the commander-in-chief and president of the United States. But why he is fighting this so hard is not just the pure ego or the aversion to having been convicted. It shows you the stigma in our country of what it's like.
You can do it by Zoom. You can roll out of bed and do it. And second of all, you do maybe have substantial issues. I think he has substantial issues on appeal, but you can handle them through the full appeal process that will follow your sentencing.
They're saying you don't need to do this right now. There are normal channels to handle this through, but Trump just doesn't want it to happen before he becomes president.
And you know what's maybe ironic about it? Trump actually gets a benefit by being sentenced tomorrow, which is once that sentencing is over, as of tomorrow morning, then he can take his